Alright guys, JH6, and I appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate you guys' support, and thanks so much for the feedback from last week. So I decided to continue this type of series and this type of videos. I tried to get I tried to get some cool name for it, but I gotta tell you guys, I guess my imagination is not good enough. So as of right now, I'm gonna continue to call it, JH6 Radio Show. So I'm also gonna put a playlist on my channel. So if you missed the first episode, make sure you go to the playlist and go ahead and watch it if that's something that you want to. Now I gotta tell you guys, in the last week, we have had a lot of things going on here in the country, and a lot of things going on with this administration related to ISIS and related to a couple of different events going on. Excuse me. So with that being said, I wanted to address a couple of things that kind of upset me and kind of put me out there when it comes to the decisions that we are seeing nowadays. And I got to tell you guys, the decisions has not been that good, and it does surprise me a lot, because we are seeing an administration that is supposed to be equipped with, you're supposed to have smart people there, guys, and I gotta tell you, I'm not too smart. I don't consider myself a really smart guy, but these people are supposed to be really smart, and they're supposed to be advising our president on the right things to do, and we continue to see mistakes over and over and over. And if I recall right, many generals told the presidents that airstrikes weren't going to work, and we are seeing not really any results. I mean, yes, we have killed a bunch of ISIS, but in all reality, we have not seen any results, as ISIS continue to get stronger and continue to take over Iraq, taking over 80% of Anbar province, and that's one of the places that I'm going to talk to. So pretty much, guys, we're spending billions of dollars on bombs, because I got to tell you guys, those missiles cost a lot of money, and the American taxpayer are paying, and we are paying for that, and we're not seeing any results. Now I got to tell you guys, and I want to talk about this 1,500 troops going into Iraq. Excuse me again, going into Iraq for non-combat mission. I don't know if it's me, guys. Maybe you guys feel the same way, but that's just borderline funny. Like, do you think that we are stupid? Like, you're gonna tell the American people that you're gonna send 1,500 troops to a combat zone that is controlled, 80% of the area is controlled by a radical group, a radical terrorist group that is killing people, mass killings, and beheading people, but you're gonna send them there for a non-combat mission? I mean, I don't know what to think, guys. That's just definitely not true. It's a lie. Trust me, if you go into Iraq, you are there in a combat mission. The possibilities of you being killed are extremely high, and our troops know that. They know, they're ready for this, guys. You may hear something in the news, but they are ready to face this opponent. You sending 1,500 guys to a combat zone for a non-combat mission, and that's what I continue to hear on the news. Oh, we're sending these guys there, but they're not going to be doing combat mission. Just the fact that they are there is combat. I mean, you are in a combat place. You are at combat. There's bad things that could happen to you. But in a way, the reason why they continue to say this is to make the people feel good about it, to make the people not complain. Because people, regular people out there, a lot of the people that just, let's face it, guys, some Americans just don't care. Those guys are not tracking and registering this information as a lie, and knowing that our troops are going to be put at harm's way. These people are just looking at this information and thinking, oh, they're not going to be doing combat missions, so they're going to be okay. And I got to tell you guys, that is a lie. They are going to be there, and they are in combat, so they are doing combat missions, because the possibilities of them being killed are extremely high. And I got to tell you guys, I got to tell you a couple of things. First of all, 2003, I went to Iraq, the first push. Left in 2002, came back in June or July of 2003. I think it was June, to be exactly. And I got to tell you guys, the fight was pretty intense. It's no jokes. It was a lot of fighting and things like that. Then I went again in 2004. And during that time, I went to Anbar, which is the province taking over by ISIS, and is the province that we're going to be sending the guys up there to this non-combat mission, which, like I already said, guys, is definitely a combat mission. And I got to tell you guys, that place, first of all, it was so bad. When Marines left in 2003, it was no intent for Marines to come back. But it was so bad that Marines had to come back and take over that province and take care of business. Let's face it, guys. Marines are good taking care of business. The Army is good as well. The Navy and the Air Force, they're good. But me personally, I was a Marine. So I speak from the Marine side of the house. But I got to tell you guys, it was a bad place, very bad place. One of the things that happened during 2004 was Fallujah, and everybody's pretty much, not everybody, but a lot of guys kind of know what happened there. We lost a lot of life, and I got to tell you guys, I was not part of that battle. I wasn't part of the city. However, once the fight started, we started taking pretty much daily conflicts, enemy attacks. We hit 2 car bombs, or my convoys that we were doing convoys. We were transporting supplies, logistics, bullets, anything that had to do with logistics to include personnel from point A to point B. We took 2 car bombs. My truck took right in front of my truck. We had an IED strike. We had several IED strikes, and we had several confrontations where we had to engage. And at one point, we actually engaged a person that happened to be, I believe it was number 5. I want to say it was number 5 most wanted in that area operation. Now, guys, I'm talking about 10 years ago. So it was just crazy that we came across this guy that was number 5 most wanted. But with that being said, guys, definitely a really, really bad place. But my point with this is that we all see what happened. We lost hundreds of life. We took a lot of enemy contact. We got military guys that are suffering from PTSD. Remember, guys, we got 22 guys killing themselves daily. And we don't talk about this, but 22 guys killed themselves daily. And what happened? We lost the city. We lost the province. 80% of that province is already taken over by ISIS. And why is that? We continue to talk about this. Why is that? Well, mainly because the Iraqis did a bad job. They continue to fight over this religious belief, the Sunnis versus the Shias and whoever else. They continue to fight, and they continue to have issues, and because they do that, they cannot establish a good government. A government that will take care of people and will take care of business and make sure that their people are safe. They cannot do it because they continue to fight over religion. We got to keep that in track, guys. So now we want to we're sending 1,500 troops, which, by the way, guys, the president requested $5.6. Let me look at my notes. $5.6 billion, which waiting for congressional approval. Not really sure if it was approved yet or not yet, but $5.6 billion to expand this mission. 1,500 more Americans to advise and to train and to conduct the same mission that we conducted all the way to, I believe, 2010. So we are going to do the same thing, which was proven to fail. Like, we did the same thing. Remember, guys, we showed them how to fight. We didn't tell them to run away. We showed them to fight. We showed them how to fly airplanes. We showed them how to do vehicle mounted patrols and tactics. We told them about leadership. We told them about many, many, many different things, and we trained them. The U.S. trained them, and what happened? They pretty much losing the country to this group. Why? Because we go back to the whole religious belief where they don't want to play. They don't want to play cool with each other, guys. They don't want to be nice to each other. If you're a Sunni and you're a Shia, they don't like each other, and they're gonna have issues. So now, guys, now we want to do the same thing. Now we want to send those guys. We want to send our troops and $5.6 billion to do the same thing that we did 4 years ago, which by history, we know it's going to fail because they cannot put the religion to the side and come out to an agreement. And that's one of the things that we do here in the United States. I mean, you guys all know I'm a Christian man, but I welcome anyone to my channel. I welcome anyone to watch my videos. I welcome anyone to have some type of conversation with me. If you don't believe in Christ, that is your choice. Now, I'm most likely going to tell you in my videos, and if you don't want to watch it, that is your choice. You don't have to. But that's what we have in this. That's what we have in this country that they are missing. They don't think that way. If you're not the same denomination that I am, or if you're not in the same religious belief, that you're pretty much enemies, and you're not gonna have a good time, working together. So definitely the fact that they continue to do that, we continue to see issues, guys. It's just the bottom line. That's what we continue to see. We continue to see issues, and it's not gonna stop. I gotta tell you guys, it is not gonna stop. Now, I'm looking here at my notes, and I got to tell you guys, more boots on the ground for this non-combat mission. I got to tell you guys, that is a lie. The possibility of this, of our troops being in enemy contact are extremely high. All you have to do, all the enemy has to do is infiltrate the base with some type of suicide attack. And our troops are going to be pretty much at risk. The chances of many of our troops to get killed is extremely high. So this is definitely not a non-combat mission. This is a combat mission. Once you put Marines, Army, Navy, whoever you put, Air Force, in Iraq land, like boots on the ground, they are doing a combat mission. There is not non-combat. This is a combat mission, guys. And I got to tell you, I think this is just me personally, guy. I think this is setting the steps. First step we saw was airstrikes. Then we send a few, a couple of hundred guys. Now we're sending more. Now we are talking. General Dempsey is talking about considering. I mean, they haven't made a decision, but they're considering putting our troops next to the patrol, next to the Iraqi soldiers as they're doing the patrol to advise them. So pretty much they're going to be out there doing a combat mission on a foot patrol where the enemy contact is highly likely to happen. And they're going to be right there. That is a combat mission. So it looks to me, guys, and I don't want to get into the whole, what are they trying to do step by step. But it looks to me like they're setting up to full combat. Full combat, guys. This is going to happen. I give it a few months. They continue to talk about this. I give it a few months before they start debating other types, courses of actions like invading the country. Because airstrike, and that is the reason that they're going to come out with, airstrikes are not working. Well, we knew that. We knew airstrikes weren't going to work since day one. Bunch of people told them that airstrikes weren't going to work. But invading the country on day one, it was probably not a good idea because the American people, didn't like that idea. So they're going step by step. First, we're going to do airstrike. Then we're going to send out visors. I'm telling you guys, it's coming. This administration is going to try to send troops and declare war and straight up, however many thousands of soldiers on the ground and ready to fight. And I got to tell you guys, and I talked about this in the past, ISIS is a bad group. They're doing horrible things. They're doing mass killing. They're doing so many things that is just unbelievable, and they need to be stopped. They have the money, and they have the support, and they have the capabilities to, and definitely the intent to cause some type of attack to the United States. The only thing they're missing right now is the opportunity. The moment that they have the opportunity to do it, they will do it. We are already seeing lone wolf attacks here in the United States motivated by this group. So they definitely need to be stopped. I mean, no doubt about it. The only thing and the only issue, and I'm going to continue talking about this, is why us alone. I get it that we need to help. Definitely, we are a big country and we should help. Some of you guys don't agree with that. Some of you guys do agree. I definitely agree that we need to help in some kind of way. But why are we taking the lead? And I talked about this in the past, guys. Why are we taking the lead and no one else is doing anything about it? I mean, we have a couple of countries supporting some support, providing some type of support, very small support. But the main course of actions, the main planning, the main logistics, the main everything is trying to be is the United States. We're trying to take over and control the situation where we got all the countries that just straight up don't want to do anything. Like we have Turkey right next to Syria, straight up watching a fight. I mean, these guys are sitting at the borders, guys, just sitting there like two brigades or two battalions. I could be wrong on the amount of people, but a bunch of people, a bunch of soldiers, and they're just sitting there watching the fight. And they know that they have been mass killing. They know that ISIS is straight up mass killing hundreds of people, abusing the people, and doing all these horrible attacks, and they just don't want to do anything. Because as of right now, they want it before they actually commit to do anything. And this is as of this week, they want to know what is the plan to take down the Syrian government. Like they tracking that ISIS is bad and committing a lot of attacks, but they want to take down the Syrian government. So until the United States don't have a course of action against that government, against that country, not just the terrorist group ISIS, we're talking about the administration, the current administration in Syria. Until the United States does not provide some type of course of action for that, they're not going to do anything. And keep in mind, guys, Turkey is one of our buddies, one of our friends, Elias, one of the guys that are supposed to be in the NATO, whatever. And they're supposed to be, they're supposed to support us, and we're supposed to support them. And they're not going to do anything because they pretty much want to take out the Syrian government. They want to take him out, and most likely who knows, maybe they want to occupy that country and take over the resources or whatever they are. But pretty much they don't care. So all these countries are just sitting down, and this is the thing that bothers me, sitting down, barely taking any action, standing by and waiting for the American people to take charge, request $5.6 billion, send 1,500 guys. Can you guys imagine if we are requesting $5.6 billion for 1,500 guys? Can you imagine how much money do we need to request for 20,000 people? I mean, that's just a lot of money. And keep in mind, we are 20 trillion, 17 trillion, who knows how many trillions in debt already. So yeah, guys, these people are just sitting there, not doing anything, and waiting for the American people to do something about it. It's just sad, guys. I gotta tell you, it's sad, and it's just not cool that these countries don't want to do anything, and they are seeing these horrible attacks, and they just sitting on the sidelines, just standing by, and depending on the American people to take over and do something about this situation, and it's not good. I mean, it's starting to seem to me that instead of pressing ISIS, we should hold some of these countries accountable for. One, accountable for why are you letting this happen, or two, just not to get involved at all. And that's something that you guys talk about here, and I talk about it as well. Just not to get involved. Definitely, I don't definitely, and I talked about this in the past, I don't think that's the answer. I think ISIS will become stronger, and I think eventually they will attack the United States. And when I say attack, guys, I don't mean like they're going to invade the country, but they will be able to support some type of attack, just like September 11th, that could cause mass casualties. I get that. So I think we should do something, but why is nobody else not doing anything? It's just up to us. Definitely not cool. I definitely think that we should provide some support, but we definitely need other countries to step up and take care of business and provide some type of support and not let us hanging. We should not be the lead. We should not be leading this attack. We should be providing some type of support, and that's about it. But I got to tell you guys, the intent of this video is not to get into that. I want to go more into the 1,500 troops going into Iraq for a non-combat mission. My point is that it is a lie, and it's not true. And the reason why they continue to preach or to talk about 1,500 guys non-combat is because they straight up lying to the American people, and they want to make you feel like our boys are not going to be in some type of enemy contact, and that is a straight up a lie. The fact that they're going to Iraq, that means that they are going to do a combat mission. They're going to be there in a place where they could be they're highly targeted by the enemy, and they could definitely be in some type of enemy attack in any kind of way, either suicide attack or some type of bad guy infiltrates the base and do some type of active shooter situation or something like that. So they are definitely at risk, and they could definitely be targeted by the enemy, and they definitely in combat. This is not a non-combat mission. It's unbelievable that the media continue to say that, and this administration continue to say not a combat mission when they are actually at combat. So I definitely appreciate you guys watching. As always, guys, let me know what you think about this video. If you like the type of video, click like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the channel, share the videos. And like I say, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, you should be able to see more of this type of videos. Let me know what kind of topics you like me to discuss, or what kind of topics you think will be cool to talk about here in the channel. As always, I really, really, really appreciate you guys watching. And as always, God is in control.